Hello, welcome to STEM with Mr. Duda. In this series, I talk with people about their jobs and have them give you information to see if maybe it's something you'd be interested in. Enjoy.
We're on our way, on our way to Miss Jamie's farm. We're on our way, on our way to Miss Jamie's farm. Now down on Jamie's farm there is a black and white cow. Down on Jamie's farm there is a black and white cow. The cow, she makes a sound like this, moo moo. The cow, she makes a sound like this, moo moo. We're on our way, on our way to Miss Jamie's.
All right, so what is your name?
My name?
Your name.
Oh, to a great start. I'm Jamie Martin.
Wonderful. And what is your profession? I know you wanted to talk about maybe two professions. What are those professions?
Yeah, I guess I'm a small business owner or an entrepreneur, because I have my job is jobs that I kind of created in the creative arts. One of them is voiceover. I'm a voice actor for commercials on TV and radio.
So what would that look like if I was going to describe to someone that has no idea what a voice actor would be or voiceovers are? What would you tell someone that has no idea what that is?
Sure. So there's different parts of a commercial. So when you see a commercial on TV for McDonald's, you hear music and you see actors on the screen going to McDonald's, and you see and hear things. And then usually like around the end of the commercial, there's a voice that says, "Buy this new Happy Meal. I participate in McDonald's." That's the voiceover. They do the tag on the commercial, and that's my job. I do that for many brands like Nintendo, Hallmark, Jell-O. I have Starbucks coming up. A lot of different commercials hire me to do the voice at the end. That is like the brand of their commercial.
Games on Nintendo Switch and now on Nintendo Switch Lite, starting at $199. Introducing iComfort by Serta, our coolest eye comfort ever. Not just sorta comfortable, Serta comfortable.
Very cool. So you're like the voice for the company. And
yeah, exactly. At any given time. Right now, I'm the voice for the campaign that Constant Contact email marketing has going. So if you see any commercials for that, and if you want, I can give you a list. I think I might have even given you a list of things you can put on there.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, so we can show that.
We'll put them down in the comment.
There you go. Click the links to hear my voice. You never see my face on TV as a voice actor. You just hear my voice. And sometimes they'll want a voice that sounds more sweet and close and warm. And sometimes they'll want a voice that sounds excited, like I'm a voice of SeaWorld, right? And so some brands want more excitement. Some brands want something more sweet. It just depends. And as an actor, because that's my background, I did acting as a kid, and all growing up, I was in theater, and stuff like that. I learned how to control the viewpoint of my voice to relay an emotion.
Wonderful. Awesome. And so voiceover is the one profession. What's the other profession that you're going to talk about?
Yeah, the other profession is I'm a singer and performer, but I have a very specific market that I work with, and it's little kids aged 2 to 8. So younger than you kids, but maybe you have brothers or sisters that are that age. So I do a music program for young kids and families. And I have many different ways I deliver this program: in person, like at a library or school or park district, or even a party, or, hi, come here. Want to say hi to my friends? This is my little daughter, Scarlett. She's my 5-year-old.
Hi, Scarlett.
I'm talking to my friend, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Okay, you gonna go hang out, and I'll see you again later. So for her age, that's my ideal people. And then also I do the program on YouTube. You can see my YouTube. That's kind of cool, MissJamie.tv. Okay. And also I have albums on Spotify. You can ask Alexa or Siri. Here. You can ask Alexa or Siri. I'm a multitasker because I'm a mom. To play Miss Jamie's Farm, and you can hear my albums, right? I have more albums coming up soon. And you can also buy my books on Amazon, Miss Jamie's Farm and Chicago's Famous Cow. But basically, it's like a character that I invented that teaches little kids about healthy eating and life down on the farm. And as an actor and singer in my background, I was able to come up with this program.
Howdy! I'm Miss Jamie from the farm. I've got a fabulous farm-based music show for your barnyard babies and tater tots, all about life down on the farm. The emphasis is on healthy eating, responsible farming, and exercise. Come on down and see what it's all about. By the way, the hokey pokey is what it's all about. You put your piggy tail in, you put your piggy tail out. You put your piggy tail in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Horse hoof, you put your horse hoof in, you put your horse hoof out. You put your horse hoof in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Duck bill, you put your duck bill in, you put your duck bill out. You put your duck bill in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Cow leg, you put your cow leg in, you put your cow leg out. You put your cow leg in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Lamb hair, you put your lamb hair in, you put your lamb hair out. You put your lamb hair in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yeehaw! I hope to see you at the Barnyard Bash. But what makes it a business is I sell it. I sell it to schools. I sell it to libraries. So I have to make money, right? We all have to make money. So I'm figuring out how to make money in ways that are fun for me and my interests.
Very cool. All right. And my next question, and you answered some of it, but what do you like about the profession? And why don't we start with voiceover? What is something that really drew you towards it? Obviously, we do need to make money, but you seem to sort of follow your passions and the things you enjoy. What about voiceover do you really, really enjoy?
I like to be able to be creative. I always wanted to work in the creative arts. I'm not very good at other things. I'm a terrible receptionist. There's things I'm really bad at, but there's some things I'm good at, and I'm just going to go with those. I like that voiceover. You don't have to be on camera, so I can do my jobs in my PJs.
And a lot of the times you record at home, right?
A lot of the times I do record at home, awesome. Especially now. So I do record at home. Yeah, if you have to go to a studio, you don't want to be in your PJs in downtown Chicago in like a fancy schmancy studio at Leo Burnett or some huge ad agency,
Unless maybe it's for a pajama spot, right? You're talking about pajamas.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I like that it's casual and I don't have to always look ready. I used to do on-camera acting in commercials, but as I like voiceover because I can do it as I get older and I don't have to worry about how I look. And I like that it's short. The jobs are very short. I only have to do the work for sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes a half an hour, sometimes an hour. And it pays for whatever. It pays well, or it pays really well, or it pays okay, but it pays something, and I don't have to do it a long time. And the reason I got into that is because I have young kids and I didn't want to be away from my young kids for a long time. I wanted to be able to do a job where I could spend more time with my family and make more money in less time. Because I used to work in a recording studio recording demos for voiceover actors. Okay. But I worked 9 to 5 and I worked downtown Chicago and I made a certain amount of money per hour. But then when I had kids, I was like, oh man, kids are expensive. I need to make more money in less time. Well, that's kind of what spurred my jobs for both of them, actually.
So sort of on the opposite side of the spectrum, you're saying, oh, I don't want to always be on camera. With Miss Jamie, you're all done up and it's on camera. So what do you like about that compared to it? Because they seem, they're similar, but they're very different as well.
Very different. That's true. But similar that they're in the creative arts, but voiceover is very private. I'm not around anyone. I'm just literally on the phone or on an internet connection with a producer or a copywriter who's talking me through the script, right? Very, very low key, very not in front of a lot of people. Yeah. You just would never know me if you saw me on the street and be like, that's the voice of Serta Mattress.
Are you the voice of Serta Mattress?
Yes.
Awesome.
So I like that. I think I have a little bit of a double personality. I really like being alone in quiet time. Yeah. But then again, I also like to be big and bright. And when I'm dressed up as Miss Jamie, I really consider it kind of like an alter ego. I mean, it's me, but it's not just the regular mom. It's like I have these freckles and I have these eyelashes and I wear this hat and I'm talking about the farm and I'm like in a magical land. It's not like my real life. So that's really very acting for me. And the reason I like Miss Jamie show is because when it's live, the kids give me feedback and they just energize me so much. I love being with those kids and seeing their responses and having them play along with me. And it feeds me in a way that's just very energizing to me.
That's cool. I think you made a really good point there. And as a teacher, I want to point it out to anyone watching this video. I think we live in a world where a lot of people think that they always sort of need to be on all the time, sort of always outgoing and popular and talented at everything. And you've really
If you
brought
knew me
up
in high school, you know I wasn't popular. Middle school too.
well, but you brought up also that, hey, it's okay to not want to be outgoing and
Right. The center of attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that it's okay to want to be at home alone, low key with your family. But then you also have this other side where you're able to be outgoing when you're in character. And I think that's really good. And I think that's a really good lesson for students to learn and anyone to learn, that we need to be ourselves and sort of follow the things that we love.
I agree, Nick. And I think that it's okay to be behind the scenes and doing something important that supports it. Like in the McDonald's commercial, I'm not on camera. Those people look beautiful and bright, and they're doing, but my voice is supporting the role. And you don't have to know who I am. I can be anonymous, but help make it great. And when I was in choir, I was one voice in the whole chorus, and I loved being part of that. And I wasn't always a soloist. Sometimes I was. I like to be the soloist, but I liked, for my part, to support the other parts. And as a group, we could make something amazing. So I really liked that too.
Very cool. If someone was interested in either of the professions, what would you suggest to them to get started? And whether that be, even when they're in middle school or high school, or now they're at the stage in their life where they're looking to form a career, what would you suggest to them?
If you're talking about my careers, if you have an interest in the arts, in theater, and performing, and choir, and singing, and creating, and acting, and reading, I mean, what I did a lot when I was in middle school was a lot of writing stories, a lot of drawing, a lot of reading. I loved to sing, but I was kind of shy, but I just loved, I loved watching Disney movies, and I just loved the art form of pretend and imagination and using your imagination to read a lot. And when I was in middle school, I got involved with choir, and that started my love of choral music. And I learned a lot of technical things about choir, how to read music. I mean, it's so interesting. And then when I was in high school, and also in middle school, I was in theater class and community theater. And I just loved it. And then when I was in college, I took guitar lessons. I learned how to play guitar. And so I think learning and studying and getting involved with groups that support your creative desires, if that's what you like in the creative arts, the more you can get involved with groups that are doing that, and the more you can learn about how to play an instrument, about how to develop a character, about how to do stage makeup. The more you learn, the more you'll love it. And the more you know, the more you can do. I don't always just do performing live. I do performing with a green screen and bring it all to life. So the more you can learn, the better you can express yourself through your art.
Awesome. I love that you pointed out the finding groups, finding other people that sort of have common goals or common interests as you. I think a lot of people end up being very alone in their learning. They'll look on YouTube, they'll want to learn guitar on their own, but they don't get involved with those other groups. And I think that was a really, really important thing to point out there. So my last question for you, is there anything else you would like to say to anyone watching? My students, they're seventh graders. They're going to move on to high school in a couple of years, but maybe some high schoolers are looking at this, or even college level or above. What would you like to say to them? What is your sort of takeaway message for them?
Don't ever let other people deter you from your dream. You can do whatever you want to do. If you put your mind to it, and if you apply yourself, and if you're very disciplined. I didn't wake up and start making money with these things. I work very hard to be able to have a really fun job, and it's easy and fun for me, right? But you have to have discipline, right? And what you want to do. You can't just expect to be discovered. That's not a thing. You have to make your own luck, right? Okay. But don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Just do it, just have fun, do what you want to do. But you have to know that if you're looking for a career, what you're doing has to result in making money somehow. Right. So you have to find a way to take what you love and make it something you can sell. Maybe you can become a teacher and teach that. Maybe you want to join the orchestra and get paid for that. Maybe you want to start your own business like me. But just think, first, don't be dissuaded don't let someone tell you can't do it, but know that you can't just become since you're good at playing Nintendo, someone's going to like discover you and pay you to play Nintendo. You have to find a way to make your passion make money. And that's what you need.
Yeah. And I really want to focus on that for everyone. I have so many students that want to become YouTube famous or want to be, famous for something. And the thing is, most people out there are not going to be found. They're not going to make money just from making a cool video on YouTube. They have to go out and they have to find a way to make the money. Like you said, with Miss Jamie, you go out and
it's a sales job. It's a sales job.
You sell yourself, you sell your idea to public libraries, to schools, to these organizations that are then going to pay you to do what you love. And
right.
do you
so
love
I have
it?
to know how to make a contract and invoice and have my certificate of insurance and know how to pay my time. I mean, there's a lot of businessy things behind the scenes in my arts that makes it go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for helping out everyone learn about what you're doing in your life. And hopefully you've inspired some people. I appreciate it.
I hope so. Have fun, do what you love, and be smart about it.
Let's do a song all about all of those. Everybody touch your head. Show